What's going on, Northern Star family? It's your favorite teacher, Dots Cash, and I'm back with another lesson. Today we are going to be talking about dimensions, like dimensional space. We're getting real deep into some real practical information. That's what sets us apart from the other people, because we give you practical information and not hypothetical theories, you know? Here we talk about real science and math and things that are already proven, and we bring those together to make a wholesome interaction and lesson. So let's get straight to it. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Dots Cash. I'm the founder of the Northern Stars Co., Continuum.io, Abyss Thrift, Ambu Gaming, and we got a lot more to come. So stick around and become of this beautiful family and class that we have here. And my purpose here, as I already stated, is to give practical information and information that you will be able to use in your everyday life, and also help you use this information. I'm not just going to give you the information, I will give you ways to better implement it in your life. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, give us a follow, subscribe, like our stuff, so you will get more of this information. And the algorithm is real. I do it myself. I may not really be interested in a certain video or subject, but I'll watch it, I'll like it, so the algorithm knows the type of information that I like. But nonetheless, let's get straight to it. Let's talk about dimensions. All right, so before we do anything else, first I need to define a dimension. What is a dimension in its simplest form? So a dimension is a measurable extent of some kind, such as length, width, depth, and height. So a dimension has at least one of those four characteristics. So today's lesson will feature some of my beautiful drawings that you guys have seen in a previous video. So just a quick overview, we will be speaking about the four main dimensions that we currently live in, and then we'll try to explain the next dimensions that are after the four that we're in right now. So believe it or not, and we'll speak about this in a numerology video, numbers actually start at 0. 0 is a number, 0 does have a purpose. If you code, you know that you always start with 0 and not 1. So dimensions follow this same construct, and today we'll be starting with the 0th dimension. You've never heard 0th before, but that's a word, 0th dimension. We're going to start with that one. What is the 0th dimension? Obviously it's the first, and it's just a point in space and time. So I'll make it easy for you. This board that I have will be a visual representation of space and time. The y-axis is space, the x-axis is time. Space and time. Remember that, space, time. So nothing can be, just for this representation, nothing that I draw will be bigger than space and time, because we are confined by space and time. If you don't know what I'm speaking about right now, you better watch some more of my videos so you can get up to date. So we are not bigger than space and time. We are confined by space and time. So just for visual representation, this will be that. This will be the universe, so to say. So the 0th dimension is a point in space and time. So 0th dimension is a point. It's just a point right there. 0th dimension is a point. So the 0th dimension has no width, has no height, has no length. Its only property is its location. It is here right now, just as you should be here right now in the present moment. So we can learn from all the dimensions, even the first one, the 0th dimension, be here right now. And something that is consistent with every single dimension, and this is how we will guess the dimensions after the 3rd dimension, they always double and connect from the previous dimension. So I'll show you exactly what I mean. The first dimension is a straight line point A to point B, straight line. So I said we double the previous dimension and connect them. So first dimension. The first dimension, just like I said, is a straight line. It is characterized by its length or height, but it doesn't have width. It does not have width. AKA, this could be the x-axis or the y-axis, but it can't be both at the same time. We'll save that for the second dimension. So, straight line. We are doubling the previous dimension and drawing a line to connect them. This is real education. Previous, just 1 point. 0th dimension, 1 point. First dimension, we are doubling it and drawing a line to connect them. Some of you guys with the short attention span are like, what is all of this about? How does this matter? Wait until the end of the video and you will see why all of this really, really matters. If you don't get it now, I promise you, you will have to know it later. So better now than later. All right, so let's keep going. Second dimension, I'm running through these. I'm not really giving a good balanced description because I want to get to the end so you can see how it all comes together. So second dimension. I can't wait till you guys actually support me because I have so much planned, like questions. When I ask a question, I will reward you guys for answering correctly. So what is a second dimensional shape? There's a difference between 3-dimension shapes and 2-dimension shapes. That's a hint. So what did I say previously? A dimension is defined by doubling the previous dimension and connecting lines. So what did I say? So we will double that and then connect the two. That is how we get the second dimension. So double first dimension, double it, and so we are doubling the two. Oh, right. We are doubling the two, and then we are going to connect them to make a what? A square, which is a 2-dimension shape. So to define the second dimension, it is a flat figure or shape that its only dimensions are length and width. Length and width, but it doesn't have depth. Yeah. And when we talk about the third dimension is when it gets important. We'll jump to it right now. Third dimension. So everything I'm saying right now is consistent. It's really consistent. And this is real physics. And I really want you guys to understand this because the more you understand here, the more you will be able to implement in your life and better your life. I hope you're listening to me. So let's get to it. What have I said? Double the previous, connect them. So when we double the previous, we are going to draw 2 squares. So that's how second looks. We doubled the last and connected them. Right now, we're doubling the second dimension, and we are going to connect them to make. We are going to connect them to make a 3D shape. We are connecting all vertices. Man, this gets me so hyped because, bro, this is real life. We're breaking down dimensions so you can understand them. And this is why the third dimension is so important. This is really the purpose of the whole video. After the third dimension, it gets real important. Why is the third dimension so important? Because living beings like you, me, animals, bugs, plants, we can't live on the second dimension because there is no depth. Our organs, our heart, our brain cannot operate in the second dimension. So truly, the third dimension is the basis, is the foundation. The zeroth, the first, and the second dimension are the foundations of our foundation of the third dimension, but we are just getting started. So when we talk about heaven and hell and other dimensions, other universes, this is because, so our dimension right here, the third dimension where we can see height, width, and depth, is so important because we're just getting started in the sense of dimensions. This is why so many people believe about an afterlife, about heaven or hell, because we're just getting started here in the third. So I can't really draw an accurate representation of the fourth dimension because you can't really see the true fourth dimension while in the third dimension. If we were two-dimensional beings, we couldn't even fathom what the third dimension will look like because all we can see is left and right. We can't see up and down because there's no depth. We can only see like this. We couldn't even fathom what a third dimension will look like, right? They have a representation of what a fourth dimensional figure will look like. It's called a tesseract. It's 2 cubes. Man, I don't even know if I should try because I don't even know what this is going to look like. Fourth dimension is 2 cubes. One which is bigger than the other. Oh my goodness, this is horrible. Alright, so we're getting somewhere. So there's a cube, a big cube, which is containing a little cube. Now all we have to do is connect the vertices. So this one goes here, this one goes here, this is super ugly, this one goes here, I can't really see upside down. This one connects here, 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 and here. This is actually okay. That's kind of how it is, but it looks so bad because I'm drawing a fourth dimensional figure on a 2-dimensional plane. You can't really see because this also has movement. Time is not a thing in the fourth dimension. We are confined by space and time. The fourth dimension is not confined by space and time. So this tesseract is moving in and out of itself. In and out of itself. So a lot of people are super lost now, but this is real physics. And I really want you guys to understand this because this is so important and is actually the foundation of how our life is made right now. So I'm going to stop right now. I'm not even going to get into anything else. I'm not going to get into the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th dimension. If you are very interested in this and want to understand it a little better, my next videos are going to be speaking about numerology, why there are only up to 10 dimensions, and that will help you understand what I'm speaking about here. So watch those next videos if you really want to understand what's going on in physics and dimensional physics. So this is just an introduction to dimensions. If this interests you, there's a whole subject field about this. Go watch it, read up about it. This is just an introduction. Stay connected with us. Turn on post notifications so you will know when we post more videos about this and other important topics. As you see, I'm very passionate about teaching my people, the lower middle class, the lower class, so we can help the world as a total become more efficient, and we will raise the bottom line so we can actually reach our fullest potential. That's all I got for today's class, family. I hope you learned something new. If you did, please like, comment, send this to a friend or family so they can learn something as well. If you like what we're doing here, please support us, cop some merchandise, visit our website at www.thenorthernstars.co. Contact me if you have any suggestions. If you learned something new, comment exactly what you learned, and I'll shout you out. And as always, family, that's all I have for today's class. Lastly, as always, Stay cool, stay in school. Peace out.